Holy shit, a new episode is starting right now. Don't look, just run. Welcome back again. Here we are, together again. I don't think that's an actual song. Could be. Copyright pending. Don't take my shit. What's good, everybody? So, I wanted to have a guest on today. But, I guess when you're a rock star, I guess you live the fickle life. No, I'm just playing. Now, my good friend was supposed to be on it. She is... not the same minded as I am. That's what would make for a good conversation. That's why I wanted to have her on. I keep telling people, I'm like, dude, you guys want to get on and talk? You got a message? Bring it. You know what I'm saying? I have folks telling me that they're listening. And to be honest, man, I'm going to keep it real and keep it fucking 100 with y'all. But I didn't expect so many people to be listening to the podcast. Okay, I've been focused kind of on the whole YouTube thing, because I have this idea, you know what I'm saying, and I'll get into that later and all that good stuff. But for right now, though, man, there's so much going on out there in the really, really real world that I can't keep my fucking mouth shut about it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the fucking State of the Union. Now, I know most people within my circle don't really pay attention to that type of stuff. They're more clickbait folks. You know, they're cruising social media. They're clicking on articles that the headlines only say what they want them to say. You know what I mean? So now, I'm a registered independent. So I do not choose a side. Okay? I choose to make my decisions based on the facts that are given to me at the time and the situation as it may be in front of me. Okay? That's how I base my political decisions on. Okay? So I thought it was actually a very, if you know all the bells and whistles, if you know what is going on, it's actually very fucking entertaining to watch these types of things. So first off, let me make it perfectly clear. Okay. I did not vote for Trump in 2016. I don't know if I may or may not vote for him in 2020. I am still on the fence. Okay. But you cannot deny facts. Okay, now we all know assholes. All right, we all know people that talk out their ass, and you think, what the fuck is that guy's problem? How can he look at himself in the mirror? How can he sleep at night thinking what he thinks, he's telling us is real? But be that as it may, the man is a successful businessman. You can sit there and argue with me all you fucking want about his failed businesses in the past and this, that, and the other. How many of us have not tried something that didn't work out in the past and then we moved on to something else? Okay, so whatever, get over it. You act like y'all never failed about anything at all anyways. So I'm watching this thing, and first, when he doesn't shake Pelosi's hand, first off, I think Pelosi's a piece of shit. I think she's a fucking piece of garbage. I think it's painfully obvious, and this is not just me. I'm not just saying this with malice or anything like that. But the woman obviously has a chemical dependency. Her and her husband own a winery here in California, so I'm willing to bet the alcohol is a big part of it. You can tell, I know plenty of alcoholics in my life. You can tell the signs of somebody who does have a chemical dependency, and she is one of those, whether she admits it or not, whether she's a functioning alcoholic, whatever you want to call it, be that as it may, she cannot go through her day without drinking. So that's that. Secondly, we know when she tried to accuse Trump of being under the sedated or something like that in her press conference today. That's complete bullshit. I don't even know Trump personally, but I know enough of him to know that the guy absolutely positively just looks down on drugs and anything that alters your mentality. The man doesn't even fucking drink. Okay, you can look that up. Fact check that, please, somebody. The man doesn't fucking drink. He may hold a glass of wine up as a fucking toast and this, but you will never see that man drink some fucking alcohol. That's just the way he rolls. I don't really drink alcohol. I drink socially sometimes, but never once do I sit there and go, God, I really need a drink. I'll sit there and be like, man, I really need to smoke. But, that's just a mental thing. My body doesn't depend on it. I can go weeks, months, years without smoking any cannabis, and I'm not going to start spazzing out about it. So that was really interesting. And then also the stuff that he did, I didn't really think was showboating. I heard a lot of unity in his speech. I heard a lot of we's and they's, not I's. The whole Rush Limbaugh thing, I didn't really get that, to be honest. I don't know why you'd give the guy a medal just because he has stage 4 cancer. I mean, he was the voice of the Republican Party for so long before he stopped really kind of being in the spotlight. I never really agreed with Rush Limbaugh 100%. Sometimes dude made sense, okay? Because I'm all for making sense, okay? I don't care what side you're on. Even if I do not like you as an individual, I'll sit there and go, that motherfucker had a great idea, that son of a bitch. I'll give credit where credit's due. But the fact that they jump on, and then her little tantrum at the end with ripping up, she's like, I felt liberated, and I was ripping up his State of His Mind address. It's like, you are so fucking drunk and stupid. All of them. This is why the Democratic Party is falling apart. And it's funny to me because they don't want to acknowledge it. To hear them say it, the American people are behind them, and the American people don't want this, the American people don't want that. But yet you go on the street and they're saying the opposite. You come here in California, unless you're like a female over the age of fucking like 55 and all this other shit, you pretty much don't even like Pelosi around here. Okay, in California, where she's from, we do not like Pelosi. How she still has a job, I don't fucking know. And that just shows you the corruption that is in our political system, is the fact that these individuals, we all know what they do. We hear all the whispers and shit like that, but nothing ever happens to them. But then you hear a fake whisper about the president, and all of a sudden they're trying to take this guy to court, and they're trying to make him lose his job. And it's like, wow. And then when she gets up there today in her little weekly press conference, Pelosi that is, and she starts talking about how, she keeps it classy and this and that. And then the next sentence, she makes the comment saying how he's sedated, and she pretty much insults him. She says that she prays for him, but he doesn't know what the concept of prayer and the prayer and something else was. It's like you literally just contradicted yourself in the same fucking sentence of what you just said earlier. And it's like, how are these people running our country? How are these people making our laws? Why aren't people like me and you in there doing this? Why aren't there real motherfuckers sitting there and talking to each other and saying, look, motherfucker, this ain't going to work because this, and the other. Now, when you start talking like that, of course, aggressions run high. And you'd have to have the individuals that are able to control themselves, okay? And granted, I might not be that kind of person, but for the most part, I can control myself. But I think there should be little stipulations in lawmaking where when it gets so deadlocked and people are so can't make up their mind, I think that you should go out back with a bunch of sticks and start beating each other until, the other person gives up. I'm not saying kill them. I'm just saying, do it the old-fashioned way. Go out there, all the other congressmen or senators, they all form a circle. The two deadlocked individuals get out there with big, maybe 6-foot sticks, and they just start whacking the shit at it. Use a flexible stick, not like a bow staff. Those are hard as fuck, but something where you can just pop, pop, pop. And then when one guy's like, all right, I'm done. Then obviously that guy, he secedes his fucking vote and the guy with the stick wins. God, I come up with these things and they're so fucking great. Is somebody writing this stuff down? I hope somebody's writing this stuff down. Ciao, my people. So I wanted to tell you about Anchor. That's what you're listening to right now. And that's the easiest way to make a podcast? Watch, let me explain. First off, and the one thing you really need to know, it's fucking free. All right. There's creation tools that can allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Super easy, right? Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Everything you need to do to make a podcast is all right here in one place. So don't forget, you have to go download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Don't waste no time. Let your voice be heard. All right, I had to sneak that little commercial break in there. We got to pay the bills around here. So we're going to wrap this podcast up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I kind of let loose a little bit more today. I'm still trying to find myself on this thing. I haven't given you guys a full 100% yet. You probably, if I was out of a 10, you probably got about a 5 or a 6 today. So we can always have more to look forward to. But what I want to get out there to you guys, okay, is next week is Valentine's Day. And I'd really like to have a show where I can play shout outs for my listeners. So if you have a shout out that you want to give somebody that, listens to the podcast, or, you can arrange to have the podcast on when you're in the car with them or something like that, sneaking up on them, leave me a message. Go to the anchor.fm/alternative taste. It's right there in the profile. Click on message. And you can send me a voice message, okay? You don't have to leave your name if you don't want. But you can, I'd like to hear some shout, kind of like the old school, like when we used to stay up on Fridays and Saturday and Sunday nights, listen to the oldie station. You'd hear, I give a shout out to my homeboy Joker and Little Puppet. Don't look at me, Little Puppet, kind of thing. And I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be awesome to get a couple of them and just kind of, maybe, I doubt I would get enough, but that'd be so cool to get enough to maybe do like a good 20-minute program. You know what I mean? Just to, because I really like to start doing, like having a format for this show, like give you guys segments, like spend 10 minutes on this, 10 minutes on that, 10 minutes on that. That way, all of y'all that are tuning in, it'd be like a radio program. You know exactly what to expect from me. You know what I'm saying? When you hear it. And even with that, I'd love to hear some ideas, because see, I know what I'll do. But see, sometimes what I like to do may not be what is the best thing for my listeners. So if you're sitting there saying, hey, Mr. Sir, you do this well and it's cool and everything, but I really like when you do this because X, Y, and Z, whatever your reasonings are, I'd love to hear it. So shoot me the messages. Also, we're putting these podcasts on the YouTube channel. Okay. It's the same name. Go to youtube.com/alternative taste. Okay, it's its own playlist. So you can go to the playlist that says podcast, and I have them all titled. So whatever matches the same titles on here, I should start putting episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. That way people can see, in chronological order when the new one's been posted. But if you're keeping up with everything, you'll see a new title, and obviously you'll know, okay, that's in. Plus, when I have it set up so all new videos always go to the top of the playlist. So if it's a different name at the top of the playlist, then I've added a new one. So you always want to make sure that you leave your notifications open, so that way you can see when new podcasts post on the YouTube channel, okay? Also, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're still giving away those Fire Sticks. We're at 205 people right now. At 250, we're giving away a fully loaded Fire Stick, okay? Then at 500, we're giving away another Fire Stick. At 750, we're giving away another Fire Stick. At 1,000, we're going to give away a Fire Stick 4K stick. You got to subscribe. You can't beat free. You can't beat free with the stick unless you're a politician. So you guys be good. Have an awesome fucking weekend. Send me those messages. I want to hear what you guys do. Even if you don't want to give a shout out for Valentine's Day, tell me what you and your sweetheart are doing. Tell me some little surprises that maybe you have in store for him or her that maybe they don't know about. Okay? I'm going to hear from you guys later, and be good. Adios.